Hello, Peoria Heights. Spring is in the air. We're more than ready to have some fun, and we're back to address just that with another episode of Tower Talk. Our guests today are Natasha Green and Sam Heppard, who are here to let us know about a couple of really exciting events coming to Tower Park in the months ahead. So Natasha, Sam, welcome. Glad to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so we're going to get right to it. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourselves and what brings you to the village of Peoria Heights, but we're going to start with Natasha. So.
Well, I am a music teacher, and I worked right across the road for a few years teaching music at the Anu School. We, saw the Tower Park and its beauty and all its glory every day when we were outside for recess. And really, that is also what got me into drumming and world drumming, because I was introduced to world drumming through a music teachers conference.
Okay.
And teaching it to the children, I soon realized, what are they going to do with this drumming skill once they want to take it further? So we need a community event for this experience. So that's really how it got started, and that's how I was introduced to this.
And so how
area.
long ago was this? When did you start with drum circle?
About 4 years ago, something like that, yeah.
So are you a drummer yourself?
I am a piano player and singer mostly, but I do now just love drumming. I would say that it's probably my favorite instrument, though I practiced my other instrument and studied them for 30 plus years.
Okay.
This new instrument has just brought me a lot of joy. So.
Okay. So any drum in particular?
Well, it's all hand drumming, and I use a djembe.
Okay, cool. So you just shared a little bit of the history of Drum Circle here, but I know you were at Forest Park at Nature Center here in the Heights, and I think you were in Peoria prior to that. So,
Right.
So why you want to come up the hill?
Well, COVID really brought us here. We needed to be able to space out more. We needed, really that was it. We loved this park. We've always loved this park. It seemed perfect. And it was as simple as that, really.
So tell us about your event, who, what, when, where, why, and how, and all of that sort of thing. What can we expect?
So this Tower Park event is the second Friday of every month from about 6:30 to 8:30, somewhere in there.
Okay.
We really start drumming at about 7, and we start to clean up at dark.
Okay.
The Forest Park is the last Friday of every month, as it always was, until COVID. But we're going to be back there at Forest Park every last Friday of the month from 6:30 to 8 as well.
Okay.
Year-round, hopefully we'll be able to be back indoors this winter.
Okay, so typically how many people show up for these things?
Oh, 50,
Okay.
more or less. It's a growing movement in Peoria, so we are always growing, and with everything that's going on now, I hope that we're going to be able to get even bigger.
Okay.
More vendors, more artists, and more drummers.
Okay, so anybody who wants to can just show up.
Anybody.
Right? They don't have to pre-register. They can just 6:15 be here, bring a lawn chair, and
Right, bring a stool.
bring a stool. Okay.
I would really suggest a stool
Okay.
instead of a folding chair, just for drumming purposes.
Yeah.
But come with scarves and dance,
Okay.
or come and just sit and listen on a park bench, or come to just enjoy some art.
Okay.
Come because you want your kids to have a musical experience or have that freedom to dance and play. This is a nice, safe area, so I really feel like it's a family-friendly event. All ages can come. We have a very welcoming group, and it's
So from little kids
all the
up
way
to octogenarians.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
and we have So really, you come with no expectations, just a smile on your face, and then you've done your part already.
And so do you need to bring your own instrument, or can?
Well, I bring extra instruments,
Okay.
but many people bring their own instrument.
Okay.
I usually have about 15 extra drums available for people to use.
Okay.
So yeah, if you've never tried it before, please do try it.
Okay. And so what else is going to be happening around it? You mentioned the art. Is there going to be food? Or any of those sorts of things?
Yeah,
Is
so
that
as
all
we
we're
move into the next phases, with COVID, we'll hopefully be able to bring more vendors, art, food, all of that. Right now I limit it to about 8 or 9 different vendors, just, to keep the numbers down for now. So.
Okay. Okay. So Sam, your turn. So tell us about yourself. How did you got involved in how you got involved in all this, and what sparked your interest here?
Yeah. So I've actually lived in the Heights for like 8 years now. So started our family in the Heights. Really just love living in the Heights. It's very walkable. We walk all the time. I work full time for Ameren, and so Clink is a side business for us. And so we started it in 2018, and we actually started it having an office in the Prospect Mall, which is now going to be the hotel.
Yeah.
And so then we moved to the Pabst Building in 2019, and that's where we got the idea to do the Pabst events, where we turned basically the whole entire parking lot into a big beer garden with us serving drinks, bands, stuff like that.
And so, Clink is a mobile bar.
Clink as the mobile bar, serving the drinks, turning the whole parking lot into a kind of a big beer garden. So that's kind of where we're at. We do a lot of private events, other public events, things like that with Clink. So that's kind of how we've kind of come to be. And so we're entering this. I mean, COVID kind of cut us short last year, so this is really our first full year of just going to be completely full this whole summer and fall for events. So
how'd you come up with this Friday Night Heights concept?
So
which is clever, by the way.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, right? Yeah.
So as I said, I walk my dog in the Heights all the time, and so I walk by the tower all the time, and so I just thought, our events at the Pabst Building have grown really well. People really love it. They loved it last year with COVID going on. It was really nice. It was big, spread out, outdoor. Nobody had to go indoor for anything. So I knew that it would work somewhere else too. And I, just walking by Tower Park every day, I knew it would work there as well. And I always wanted to kind of expand in the Heights a little bit. And so just walking by it, day after day, I knew I wanted it to be a recurring event, and our Pabst events are always on Saturday nights. And so I thought it'd be cool if we had it on Friday nights, and the name just kind of hit me out of nowhere. I thought it was catchy, and so kind of a reoccurring thing for people to look forward to, just Friday Night Heights.
Sure.
So
tell us what you have in mind. Now, obviously, you're going to open this up. You're going to have the Clink bar there, and there's going to be what else? Music? What?
Yeah, so we'll pull up. Clink is an Airstream turned into a bar. We'll be there facing inside to the park. People can come up and get their drinks. We'll have food there, either a food truck or a food vendor or something like that. And we're trying to really keep all of the vendors, everything like that, Heights driven. So anybody serving anything there will be from the Heights. And then we'll have the food and then a band each night too. So just a really nice place to hang out, especially after work, things like that. It's going to be 5 to 10 on Friday evenings. So just kind of almost like a happy hour vibe, but a little extended.
And so it's first Fridays, correct? First Friday of every month?
First Friday of every month.
Starting in May, correct?
Through October. So
Right.
And then it'll be 5 to 10. Music will typically go on about an hour after that, so about 6 to 10. I always like to give people a little bit of buffer time to get there, get their drink, get a little food, so they don't have to rush there and hope they make the music in time. So, but that's just kind of, it'll really easygoing, things like that. So
I want to circle back to you, Natasha. So your first event, though, is coming up in April. In fact, the Friday, April 9th, correct?
Right, that's right.
So put that on your calendar, folks. Don't want to miss that. Yeah,
April through October.
So April, that's right. In May, so it's going to be back-to-back weekends. Don't miss it. I did want to ask you both. I wanted to ask you both about safeguards, because we do feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel here with the pandemic, but it's not quite over. So how are you going to deal with that? Are you going to control crowd size or any of that sort of thing, or what do you have in mind there?
So with us, there's really no way we can control the crowd size, especially with a public park like Tower Park, and it's so big. I feel like how big it is plays to our advantage, though, because people feel like they can spread out, feel really safe and comfortable. Obviously, we always ask people if they're feeling sick, don't come. If they don't feel comfortable at all, you don't have to come. But we'll have some tables there and stuff like that, some pub tables outside of the bar. We always wipe everything down, our bar down. We wear masks the whole time. So we try and make it as comfortable and safe for everybody. But at the end of the day, I mean, we can't control crowds coming to a public space
Right.
like that. So we just try and tell people to just be as safe as you can.
Be responsible, be respectful,
keep your
recognize what
distance.
era we
Yeah.
live in, all that.
So
sort of, yeah.
that's all we can really do.
Okay, how about you, Natasha?
Yeah, we're the same. We, I'll set out hand sanitizer so people, if they want to try a drum and then put it back, I'm
Yeah.
asking them to sanitize. Wear a mask if you're sitting close
Yeah.
to somebody. But otherwise, spread out and keep your safe distance.
Yeah.
Do what you feel comfortable with doing.
Right. I really wanted to ask you both, and I ask a lot of folks this, is, so why Peoria Heights? Because you had other locations to choose from. You don't have to do it here. So what's attractive about the Heights for the both of you? Go ahead.
Well, I love the Heights. I mean, I live in the Heights, so it was a pretty easy and obvious situation for me. Our business is in the Heights too, at the Pabst Building, and I just felt like it's such a great community. It's already got so many events, so much live music. It's easy to kind of build on that energy already. Everybody's already milling about, walking, around to the restaurants and everything like that. So having something like Friday Night Heights in the event in the Village just makes a ton of sense. And plus, the Village is so great to work with. They're so forward-thinking. They're so supportive in their businesses, and so it was a really no-brainer. I couldn't imagine really doing it anywhere else because the Village is so supportive. It's just such a great town.
Yeah, and Natasha, you mentioned the comfort level. You said it's a comfortable place to be.
It is. It's comfortable, and like he said, the people are so welcoming and easy to work with. The people here are so forward-thinking, exactly what you said. So it is a no-brainer, really. It was already comfortable with this space. Where you work a lot of times feels like a second home, and this is just an attractive, gorgeous space. The water feature, the pavilion, it's wonderful.
It's a nice looking
well
place,
kept.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. Yeah.
So what are your goals with these events? What do you hope this all becomes? Fantastically successful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I just hope it's, kind of a community-driven event, and that it just goes on kind of an annual event people look forward to every summer and fall. And I know the Tower Park Music Festival is really successful, and I feel like people kind of just gravitate toward that, and it's just something to look forward to every summer, and it just builds upon the already great fabric we already have here of restaurants and music and food and everything like that. So I hope it just becomes just an annual recurring thing that people just really look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking to expand, like I said, after COVID, bring a lot of artists, a lot of vendors, get people that really have music and art has really suffered this year. So get them a place to get back out there and get back to
A lot
play.
of pent-up demand. I think you're all going to
Yeah.
be busy. And the Heights is just a lot of stuff happening, right? I mean, Robbie's going to be back a summer concert series, I'm sure, and all of that. So it'll be sort of music central here, right?
Oh,
Pretty
exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, party central.
It's a happening place, it really is.
So that wraps things up for us today at Tower Talk. And so Natasha Green and Sam Heppard, thank you so much for being with us today. I enjoyed doing this. And so it's a little chilly today. The sun is out. The tulips are pushing through the ground. Baseball is about to begin. Hope springs eternal. And we are looking forward to having a ton of fun this summer. So see you next time on Tower Talk.